And what's up, my people? Welcome if you're new to the channel. I'm Joey Bags. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back, bros. So today's video, actually, this will be the third time I reshoot this video. The first one I didn't like. The second one I wasn't too happy with. So this is the following day, and I'm recording this a third time. Today we're checking out ACC Assetto Corsa Competizione. Their new GT2 DLC pack dropped, I believe it was yesterday. I watched Sim Racing 604 Mike. He did a video, running down the 6 new GT2 cars and from his least favorite to favorite, and also the new track, the Red Bull Ring. I watched the video. Awesome video. Shout out to Mike. Awesome channel, awesome videos. I'll put a link in the description to his channel. Definitely go check him out. I think he's one of like he's at least in my top 10 of sim racing YouTubers that I like to watch, on a regular basis. What he did with that video was great, and made me want to buy the DLC, download it, and race it. And that was a good video. So I went ahead, I took a suggestion from the video where I think one of his top, I want to say maybe that one of the top 2 cars was the Expo, the KTM Expo. Car looks super awesome. I had actually watched a video of it run I think it's Misha who does those the Nordschleifer ring videos where he gets in a car and just goes around it, and I saw him do a lap as a passenger in one of these expos, and I was like, oh, that looks kind of cool. Now that the car is available in ACC, I'm gonna try it out. If you want the TLDW to this video, if you don't want to sit for the whole video, which I'm gonna try to make it short because it's only I'm gonna aim for a 10-minute video. It's really talking about this. It's Turtle Beach's response to someone who had, messaged them about how powerful is the new VelocityOne Race going to be. They just gave this long paragraph of PR talk and didn't answer anything. And also my thoughts on the new Moza SGP sequential shifter. Looks cool. I can't wait to get my hands on one. So that's the TLDW. If you want to head out now, 3 minutes into the video, you're good to go. The rest of the video is going to just be me chit-chatting about, no Fanatec today. It's going to be me chit-chatting about ACC, me chit-chatting about Turtle Beach, and the sequential shifter. So let's get right into the replay. This is a replay of me running this race. So that way you can go ahead and take a look. So let's get into this real quick. Someone on Reddit, they posted a picture of a response that they got. They had sent out a request to Turtle Beach to find out. Oh, little sidetrack. If you want to know, I started out 9th place in this race. I ended up in 10th place, and I believe I finished in the top 5. So someone has sent a little request out to Turtle Beach to find out, hey, can you let us know how many Newton meters this base is going to be? And I'll put in a picture of the response that Turtle Beach sent back, but it was a paragraph of PR nonsensical jargon. It could have been a 2-answer, it's going to be this strong, but they decided not to do something so easy, and instead wrote this whole thing about nothing. So, another day, another video on the VelocityOne Race from Turtle Beach. I'm still going to hold to my statements from my previous 2 videos. If you catch them, the one just before this one and the one from the day before. It's probably going to be 3 Newton meters. We'll be lucky if it's 5. It'll be a miracle if it's anything above 5. Looking at the size of it, gauging by the scale when it was held by someone in the video that I was watching that I showed you guys, I don't think it's going to be a very strong base. And for the price tag that they're asking for, I don't really think it's going to be worth it, because you can get other equipment that will be if it is 5 Newton meters or less, the same or more powerful for probably less money. And as much as I don't want to say this, Fanatec, they're ready to race CSL DD bundle for the PC and Xbox with the McLaren GT3 wheel. It's 480. That's less. Moza R5 setup, 459. That's less. Camus C5, that's 250. Grab yourself pedals from just about any place. It's less. Hell, the PXN V12 Lite that I love, that I have, that started this channel. You know, I got the whole setup, 6 Newton meters for $530 something. You can get it on Alibaba for about that same price. You reach out directly to PXN. Shout out to PXN. It's gonna be less, and it's gonna probably be better. The only thing that Turtle Beach really has going for it is that it looks like it's using an NRG styled quick release. So, you know, if you got a wheel that can connect directly to your PC, you can do that. The button box looks kind of cool. The display, as of right now, they kind of went back on them saying that it worked with Forza. And they really didn't announce what sims are going to work with it, so God knows how it's going to work, with what it's going to work. And I can almost tell you it's not going to work with SimHub, so, I mean, it's a thing. We'll move on from there because I've already spoken at length. If you guys really want to know more, of my thoughts, just put it in the comment section and I'll do another video. The rest of this video is going to be about ACC and their new GT2 pack. Quite honestly, it's really freaking cool. GT2 isn't the class of cars that I really drove much. I do have some in Assetto Corsa in the downloads and the Red Bull Ring, which actually the Red Bull Ring was the very first track that I raced as a sim racer. Back in February of last year, after I had set up Assetto Corsa and added some mods to it, that was the very first track that I raced. So in a GT3 Nissan GTR. Actually, I think one of those videos is way back down at the list of the videos I have here. But the cars are cool. I guess I've got a pretty beefy computer, so I mean, you can see here the frames that I'm running. You know, almost 300 frames per second. Albeit it's at like 1368 by 7 something. But, you know, it looks good for me. It runs well. The cars are super cool. At least the Expo from KTM, that's super cool. The Red Bull Ring was very nice to run on. Just to put it out there, I'm currently using the Camus C5. That's the wheel that's on the rig right now. And I decided that instead of running my paddle shifters, I was going to use my PXN A7 shifter, manual shifter that I have off to the side here on my rig. And I have their sequential mod on it, so I was running that sequential. The force feedback on this wheel is phenomenal. I was racing this race with a manual shifter. I was shifting, reaching off to the shifter, not with paddles. So there's a lot of corners and areas where I'm actually holding the wheel with one hand while I shift. And wow, was I getting a workout. This wheel is amazing for force feedback. For its price, for 250 bucks, I mean, I can't say enough about it. It is awesome. This is one of those things where if you want a small compact setup, this is it. If you want something that works really, really well and is low cost, this is it. If you want something that works, this is it. They have done a bunch of software upgrades. I've gotten constant, you know, updates and updates every time I've logged into the software. I've gone already through 2 firmware updates from them into here. My connection time to this before, you know, a little transparency. When I would turn it on, I would have to, you know, turn it off, turn it back on, maybe up to, I've had it up to 3 times to get both parts of the wheelbase recognized. Because if you see, this is an innovative design from Camus. The motor is integrated into the wheel hub, so it keeps everything compact. In doing that, you can't really change the wheel, but it's a nice small compact package. The software still sees it as 2 pieces, the button box and wheel, and the motor that actually gives you the force feedback. And as you saw, I passed all of these cars in that corner. So, where I've had issues in the past where I turn it on, it would only read the button box and not the actual wheel, and I would get random disconnects. I had that happen for a while until I reinstalled the software. Once I reinstalled the software and then it started doing updates, I haven't had an issue since. I did notice that, on a few occasions I had to turn it off, turn it back on until both parts of the wheel showed up in the software, which I've shown in other videos if you want to go back into the catalog and look at that. And once I've waited and everything shows up, not a single issue. It has worked beautifully and flawlessly since. Last night was no difference. There was an update. There was a firmware update. I did everything. Today, I turned everything on. One shot. Everything was up and good. I'm super happy. So this wheel is performing like a champ. It's one that I could easily, other than PXN, recommend. You know, it's like if you need console compatibility and you want a decently priced console compatible wheel, I will always recommend the PXN V12 Lite or the V12 DDS. They're 10 Newton meter one. I've got videos that you can look at, from a few months ago. Check that out. But if you need that console compatibility, I would go with the PXN. If you just want a nice, good, inexpensive wheel, maybe you're a beginner, maybe this is your first time, maybe you're not a beginner, but you don't want to spend a lot and you just want to keep a nice compact setup, I recommend this wheel. I recommend maybe Thrustmaster TLCMs. Those are rather inexpensive to get pedals that are load cell, and you've got a nice little combo there. The rest of this video, I want to talk about the Moza SGP sequential shifter that they, I believe, announced yesterday. They had a little teaser picture out, and today, I guess, the embargo lifted, and everybody, including Mike at SimRace 604, has a video on. Go check it out. I'm a nobody, so of course I didn't get one. I've reached out to Moza bunches of times, like, hey, I want to review your stuff too. I have your R5, I've got your KS wheel, I've got the universal. I got a bunch of Moza stuff that I've paid for, so what's up? And they've shot me down every time. It's okay. I understand. I'm not there yet. Honestly, looking at it, it looks really cool. It's rather nondescript, It uses, I believe, Hall sensors for the switches. It's got a tensioner, so you can adjust the tension on your upshifts and your downshifts. It has a small audible click, which is kind of nice. It is extendable from, I guess, the stock height to up to 64 millimeter additional height, which is kind of cool. And they include this little grip, which they claim if you press it, you can use that to quickly get into neutral or reverse. Since I don't have one, I can't tell you if that works or how it would even work, but that's what they're claiming. They also have two buttons that are programmable RGB or, changeable RGBs that you can change, I believe, in the Moza Pit House software. And they're right on the body just behind the main shifter. Honestly, it's a sequential shifter. There's really not much to it. It uses Hall effect sensors. It looks good. It has a bunch of mounting holes on the bottom if you want to direct mount with, I believe, M8 bolts. It also has two tabs on the front and the back if you want to go ahead and mount that to profile extrusion using T-nuts. You've got that option. It's a very nice looking wheel. A very nice looking shifter. It has a 12 millimeter shaft, so it looks like it uses a standard shift, thread. So you can, if you want to change the actual shift handle to like a ball or maybe a different type of, stick style, you can go ahead and do that easily. It'll swap out as just screw it back in. Other than that, really, it's a shifter, and since I don't have it in my hands, I really can't, tell you. I can only go by third party, what everyone else is saying, and they're saying it's a pretty damn good shifter. It's $129 on Moza's website, and for right now, it's on pre-order, and I believe it is shipping out February 20th. That's when it officially drops, when everybody will, probably getting their, notifications that your shifter has switched. I'm hoping that maybe I'll be able to get my hands on one so that way I can review it and use it with all my other Moza gear that I have here. Other than that, guys, I don't really have much else for you. I just wanted to kind of bring you, that was the newest thing. The two newest things was ACC's GT2 pack, which is you see here. Awesome pack. If you have ACC and you want a little extra, I would suggest downloading this pack. It's kind of fun. I ran this race. It was a 10-minute race. I had a ton of fun, as you see, and I came in 5th place, top 5. Other than that, guys, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate all of you. We're now at 332 subs. I mean, it's amazing. Oh, before I go, I did finally set up the Patreon. I will put the link in the description. If you want to go ahead, hit up the Patreon page. It'll show you what's happening, you know, what the tiers are. And that's how you can support the channel. And my race is over. You know what? Let's go ahead and let's run it back again while I finish up here. Let's start it up a little bit here, so at least you get something in the background. So the Patreon is up if you want to take a look there, and that's the best way to support the channel. I mean, if you don't want to support that way, which is totally fine, liking, thumbs upping the videos, that's awesome. That really helps. Subbing, please. You know, that sub count, having a high sub count, having a, you know, big following, that would be super beneficial to the channel. So, you know, I urge you all, if you like the content, if you want to see more content, if you want to see more hardware review, software review, live streaming, you know, sub to the channel, hit the notification bell if you do, so that way you know when the videos are out. This is usually earlier than normal. I mean, it's 9 o'clock and I'm doing a video for you guys. It'll probably go up tonight, so I'm super awesome. But as always, I'm grateful and thankful to each and every single one of you. I'm grateful and thank you for the thousands, and it's literally thousands of you that are watching my videos. Thank you so much. You don't understand how much that means to me, but please sub. I mean, that will make it, that'll put that icing on the cake. Other than that, guys, I'm honored that you chose me to spend 10, 20, 30 minutes of your time watching my videos. I'm honored and humbled at the same time that, you know, that you're doing this, and I greatly appreciate it. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.